Hour. I mentioned earlier this morning we'd be spending some time with the folks from the Toledo Rep. They have a new presentation coming up. Agatha Christie's witness for the prosecution, and both Liam Ellis and Gary Inch are in the studio with me this morning. The guys, thanks a lot for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right. Full disclosure, the only reason I'm doing this, all right, not because I like UT, not because I like theater, but we did this in high school. And one of my friends played the part of Romaine Helga. And she was German, so she had the best accent for Romaine. Right. She was just perfect for Romaine. Mm-hmm. And when I saw you guys were doing this, I thought, well, we got to get him in here and find out about it.
Appreciate you.
It actually starts the April 25th, which is coming up this week. It's going to run through May 4th. You can get tickets right now. You go to ToledoRep.org, all right? And all the information is up there, ToledoRep.org. Liam, what's your role in all of this?
I play Justice Wainwright.
So you're the judge?
Yes, sir.
All right, excellent. Now, have you been in theater for a while? Is this something you did in high school and just worked your way up?
Not in high school. I actually got into it about 6-7 years ago here at the Rep. I did Fences and Raisin in the Sun. That was my introduction.
Okay. All right. That's what attracted you to it? Since you didn't do it in high school, that's kind of unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be actually. I've always been a writer, so I was actually a reporter.
Oh.
I worked for the Toledo Journal for a few years, and I got assigned to cover a playwright up in Detroit. And through the process of covering his play, he talked me into it, and he put me in one of his productions, and it just took off ever since.
And were you, the first time you did it, how comfortable was it for you in your skin to be able to get on stage and do that?
I wasn't the most comfortable at first.
Yeah.
I think after the first 2 shows and then talking to the audience and talking to my family who never seen me in LA, they really enjoyed it, and everybody just kept encouraging me. So that's
what was that? Was that first show that you did? Was that written by the Detroit playwright?
Yes, it is. His name is Michael Matthews. So,
okay.
Yeah,
and what was it about?
It was a church play, gospel play called Mama I Need a Man. So it was about 3 sisters. 3 sisters who were the daughters of a widow woman. She was real against. She was just a working woman, single, wasn't looking forward to like relationships. But one of the daughters wanted to be married.
Was that one of those that goes around the country and
yeah,
plays?
We toured. Yeah, we definitely toured. We toured in 7 different cities throughout the Midwest.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Did you enjoy it?
I did.
I obviously must have, because you're
still with it. Still with it. So yeah,
you got the bug.
Yes, sir.
Gary, what's your role in all of this?
I am Sir Wilfred Robards.
All right, so you're
attorney.
You're also in the play.
I am.
So
yep.
Neither of you is directing it or any of that.
Nancy Wright's directing it. Although I met Liam because he cast me in Sweat, so he's also a fantastic director, not just an actor.
Oh, so you're a director also?
Yeah, I directed Sweat last year at the Rep.
So that's kind of like we always hear, movie actors always say, "Well, I really don't want to act. I want to direct." Did that bug hit you after a number of shows too, and you thought, "Well, I can do this"?
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of.
Is this your first? What's the first show you directed?
The first show that I directed, full production, would have been Sweat at the Rep, but I've directed and produced smaller productions in various areas, but full production was the Rep.
And Gary, how long have you been doing this? How long have you been with the Rep?
With the Rep, a couple of years. Got back in. I kind of had long hiatuses. I've done my other work that I've been doing.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to say it. You're not a young man.
No, I am not. Thank you for noticing. I have a face for radio, so.
Yeah, you do. You're probably not as old as me, though, but because I'm turning 74 next month. So why did you come back to it? I mean, what about it attracted you?
Well, I started doing theater when I was 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my mom enrolled me in a summer school program, and one of the modules was...
Here in town?
No, I'm from San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah, so I suffer in the winter.
Yeah,
so anyway, I did that, and I got to play the drunken sheriff, and it was...
You were 8?
When I was 8. Well, it was California, right?
Oh, okay.
And anyway, I won't say what I was going to say. But anyway, long story short, because I want you to
say whatever you want to say as long as you're not swearing.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, yeah. So I caught the bug then, and ever since then, and then the next year. I did Oberon in A Midsummer's Night's Dream in our high school, elementary school play. That's what a 4th grader doing Oberon. That was fun. But anyway, so I've been ever since then. I just have hiatuses when I move. Like I usually do it pretty hard for like 4 or 5 years, and then I change jobs or move out of the city.
So do you go now when it comes to the Rep? Do you try out for every play, either of you? Do you go for every play? Or do
Well,
you look at the part and say, okay, I think I can do that?
Yeah, you have to look at the parts because there are some plays that don't have any men for women.
Okay.
Or women for men, those kind of things. And although we're not, there are people who whoever does the best job, we have used, sex isn't always the only category. But, obviously, we're probably not going to do Steel Magnolias because we're both men.
Right.
Next season, we're doing The Shark is Broken about the filming of Jaws, and there's only 3 men characters in it. So it wouldn't make sense for a woman to come and audition for it because there's not a part for it.
Okay. Well, that sounds kind of interesting.
And as you mentioned, I'm younger, so I won't be doing Romeo again.
No? You know what, though? That could be interesting. An older Romeo and
nice
Juliet.
Plot twist. Nice plot twist.
The geriatric version.
Absolutely. So, out of all the roles that you've done since you started acting at 8, what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
I really appreciate Shakespeare, so I've done Oberon and Shakespeare a couple of times.
They used to, and you probably went to school maybe around this. We used to actually study Shakespeare in English class.
Yep.
And it was hard. It's, to get around the language and everything. And I always admire when I see like an old Laurence Olivier film on TMC or something, that they can make the language come alive and make it sound almost normal, in the way they present it. Now, have you done Shakespeare also, Liam?
I've never done Shakespeare.
Is it something you'd like to do?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah?
For sure.
Have you studied it at all to get ready for that point?
Yeah, I'll take a glance at it here and there, like in between productions or sometimes in preparation for production, but never really just studied it or never really like at depth or participated in it.
All right, the show that they are going to be doing, and we'll talk about this and how you can get tickets in just a second, Agatha Christie's Witness for the Prosecution. You may have seen the movie version of it with Marlene Dietrich many, many years ago, but this version will start on April the 25th. We'll talk about ticket prices and their point and their part in all of this right after the news with Gary. 23 minutes in. Do you have any idea what the hell I'm talking about, Gary?
Strangely enough, I actually do. You nailed it on the California part, right? Of course I knew Raise the Sheet. It's my motto.
There you go. He's raging against the machine. Liam Ellis and Gary Hensher in studio. They're both in the latest production at the Toledo Rep. April 25th it starts. It runs through May 4th. Tickets are available right now. If you go to ToledoRep.org, all right, you'll see the description right there. In fact, Liam, describe what the play is about for people who haven't seen the movie or the play.
All right, so brief synopsis is it's a British courtroom drama thriller. It's a young bachelor, not a young bachelor, a young man, and he's accused of murder of a widowed older woman who he's become acquainted to. Okay. So the whole play plays out with the courtroom drama of witness after witness after witness after witness giving their testimonies. It's a surprise twist, and then that leads to a surprise verdict and end of the play. That's a brief synopsis.
Now, Gary, it sounds kind of dry.
Yes.
Right? Courtroom drama, British, blah, 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 blah. You're playing Sir Wilfrid Roberts, right?
Robarts. Robarts, wherever.
So are you the prosecuting attorney then?
No, I'm the defense attorney.
You're the defense attorney. How do you make a play like this interesting and exciting to a theater crowd who's used to seeing things on Netflix and Hulu that's bam, 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 bam?
Yeah, I think the beauty of live theater is, first of all, you never know if they're going to say their lines right. That's always fun. And sometimes we don't.
So it's kind of like going to NASCAR. You hope there's an accident somewhere along the way.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Fist fights breaking out.
Excellent.
It's a walleye game. I think the thing about this play is there are a lot of characters in it, so you're not stuck looking at the same 2 or 3 people, and all the characters are very interesting and very defined as to what they do and what they're doing.
Okay.
And so you're actually, instead of reading this, because it started out at a short story back in 1924 or something.
Right.
Instead of reading it, you're actually just hearing the dialogue, and so the scenes aren't very long. As each, this courtroom scene is fairly long, but it's you're seeing 7 or 8 different characters coming in and talking. So, and then the audience also is trying to figure it out themselves because it's written in a way that the characters are all like, you're like, what is she doing now? What's this guy doing now? And there's these little hints, Agatha Christie style, about where we're headed, but you need to kind of pay attention to get there.
Sure.
And then you're going to be totally surprised and wrong anyway. But
yeah,
it's
this sounds like it could be on the ID channel on TV.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where they have, it's the same true crime story,
Right.
just revamped with a different title. You
Right.
know, husbands who kill their wives, lovers who kill their lovers, you know, the angry marriage, all those. And it sounds like that. So if you're a true crime fan,
You'll love it.
this is basically an original true crime tale by Agatha Christie. Now, performances start on the 25th. That's Friday. So there'll be performances on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then again on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of the following week. All right. Ticket prices are available right on the website. They start at $11 and they go up to like $23.25. On Thursday, same thing, start at $11. The Thursday performance is at 8. In fact, it looks like the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday performances are all at 8 o'clock. The Sunday is always a matinee at 2:30 in the afternoon. So, how would you recommend this play for folks, Liam?
I would say whether you're a faithful theater community supporter or if you're looking for something new to do in the city, we have a great thriller, great drama. Not nothing that's boring, but something that'll keep you engaged and and have you, like Gary said, trying to solve the mystery from your seats.
Yeah.
So it's something that keep you on the edge of your seat, something that'll give you something to go home and talk about and spread the word.
And I think people forget because we get, lost in the new parks and the ice rinks and all the other stuff we have. The Rep has been around for a hell of a long time.
It's classic.
Yeah. I mean, and it continues to plug along. If you want to follow along, like I say, go to ToledoRep.org. The play coming up after this in June is called Memphis. And this one looks like it has music. Do either of you know anything about Memphis?
Yeah, it's a great story. It's basically about it's actually a Tony Award winner. It's been around for a while. It's basically, the basic story is, and I don't know a lot about it other than it basically there was a white DJ that was playing black music when he wasn't supposed to. So
I'm looking at the synopsis right now. It's about a white radio DJ. It's always about color, isn't it, with you people? Who wants to change the world, and a black club singer who's ready for a big break. Oh, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it has really fantastic music in it. The director is amazing. He's also choreographing it, and it's got some really, really strong voices in it. It's a beautiful show, and
the music got a Tony Award for original score. The guy who wrote it, David Bryan, was one of the founding members of Bon Jovi. So it's got a little rock to it. Now, were either of you in that one, or have you tried out for parts in that one?
No, it's hard to do a show back to back because they're currently in rehearsal like we are.
Oh, so, they are.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay, because you'd make a great black singer. Of course, you'd have to be female. But for the role, you could identify as a female.
Yeah, I could definitely identify. But I will be going to support Memphis because, like Gary said, the director is great, Dom Glover.
Yeah.
And scenically, it's going to be beautiful because a friend of mine, Sabria Davis, she's handling the costume. So
cool. That's
going to be a great production. So.
All right, before we go, do either of you have to do an English accent for the witness for the prosecution, or do you just do it in your normal voice?
No, we have to speak in English. Quite clearly.
I know English, but do you have to do an English accent?
No. We are speaking English. You're speaking American, lad.
Liam?
British, yes.
Yes, well, it's all British.
Not bad.
Yeah, there we are.
Not bad. All right, we'll go on now. News, weather, and traffic next on 1370 WSPD.